Hello there guys, and of course, welcome back into yet another one with us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron. It's good to have us all joined today, of course, on yet again another pre-workout review. And this one's a new one to us. It's called Off the Spectrum, and it's by the guys at One Source Supplements. We've got them to thank for sending on this pre-workout down. But of course, you know the drill. We keep these reviews 100% honest as we go through the usuals, the taste, the price, label, and of course primarily the effects of this stuff in the real world. Forgetting that hype behind the product. Is it going to be something you pick up next? And all we ask in return is, please guys, give us that thumbs up on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we put out a lot of honest reviews each and every week. And of course, drop any thoughts you have down in the comments below. It does help the algorithms out, helps us out. And in turn, we can of course keep helping you out. Let's get into this one. What can it do? Okay, so the first segment, as we know and love, of course, is that taste and mixability. And I can actually see this product coming in 3 different flavours on their official website. Watermelon, blue raspberry, but the one we've got for the sake of today's review, and probably the one I would have chosen, is sour cherry. So I've just put a scoop in there, 15 grams, around a level scoop, gets you that serving size amount. It's quite faint in about 350 millilitres of water. I'm not too sure how that's going to affect the taste. Might not at all. Mixability looks really pretty solid. There's like not a lot of sediment on the bottom at all. So, most important, let's see how it tastes as it goes down. Sour cherry. Nice. It's actually quite a lot stronger than I thought it'd be. Looking at that, I was like, oh, I wish I put less water in, it would be too weak. But actually, it's quite forthcoming. It's nice. There is something strange about it. A little, maybe a little chemical taste alongside cherry. I don't know if that's just it trying to be sour. It is a little sour. Not crazy though, so if you hate sour, you probably wouldn't struggle with this one. I'm going to give it one more sip, then I'll give you a score out of 10. Three, 2, 1, 8 out of 10. It's a safe bet. It's not the best sour cherry I've ever had, but sure, it's definitely not the worst either. Let's get into the price point of this stuff. So we move, of course, into the pricing segment to find out how much this pre-workout is going to set you back. Is it going to break the bank? We will head on over to the official website, onesourcesupplements.co.uk, where you can, of course, see this product for £32. And here's where the strength is. It comes in a true, honest 30 servings per the container. So when you do the math on that, guys, nice and affordable. £1.06 per go. Now, on our consistent pricing scale, where a 5 out of 10 is what we consider to be an average price point per serving for pre-workouts literally across the world, this one slides in very nicely into an 8 out of 10. So a lot more affordable than your average pre-workout when it concerns price per serving. So it's a very strong segment for this review. Let's move into the label and see what the money is going to get us. That moves us into the label segment. Let's find out where that money's going, if it's going to give us an absolute bargain of a pre-workout. I'm going to flash it up from the screen for you to see it right now. And we start off at the top, 15 grams, as mentioned, 30 servings per container. And we start ourselves off with citrulline malate, and I'm not too sure of the ratio, if that's 2 to 1 or 1 to 1, hopefully 2 to 1, because then in turn we'll get 4 grams of pure citrulline, and of course therefore pumps and nitric oxide production. We have beta-alanine up next at 3 grams, slightly shy of what we look for at 3.2. It's negligible at that point, I'll be honest. For the beta tingle, the itchy paresthesia feel as the pre-workout kicks in. We have up next a betaine anhydrous, jack of all trade this one, endurance, power output, pumps, and even been shown to help with cognition and focus. We have taurine up next, 500 milligrams, probably about half of what we want to see for natural energy production, electrolyte balance, hydration, endurance-based benefits. L-tyrosine, also at 500, also about half of what we want to see for the focus and concentration and mood elevation it can bring. We have ourselves lion's mane at a good dosage, 500 milligrams. We've seen it higher, but we've also seen it lower. It's a nootropic in there for focus and concentration. It's good. It's going to work with the L-tyrosine. Caffeine at a good dosage here, 350, 3.5 cups worth of coffee. Of course, your main energy and stimulant component of this pre-workout. And we wrap off with niacin, which is just a B vitamin. It gives you a sort of flushing sensation, a slight red tinge to the skin sometimes. Some say it amplifies the effects of beta-alanine and gives you that perhaps even placebo type, this is strong. And that's a respectable dosage of it at that. So all in all, what do I think of the label? It's bare bones. It is basic. Some of it's underdosed. None of it's well dosed. Like I say, some of it's okay. I'd say the citrulline if it's 2-to-1. The betaine anhydrous is good. The beta-alanine is good. Yeah, and the rest is probably subpar. The caffeine's all right. So it's an okay label. If you've showed me that, I'd be like, it does the basics. But of course, we never really know until we move into the real world effects, and that's coming right now. Into the effects of off the spectrum by one source supplements. What can it truly do for you? We've been through all the other segments and we're going to keep them in mind as we move through this. And obviously towards the end of the effects segment, I'll just give you an honest overall verdict. Beta-alanine, we start off with that. It's the first thing you feel when you pre-workout if it's in there. The beta tingle, the itchy feels. They came in respectfully strong. 6, 7, maybe pushing an 8 out of 10 on that scale. There's not a lot else in the product that gets in its way. There isn't a digestive aid, but that doesn't seem to hold it back. It comes in, it gives you that placebo sense of urgency, a sense of energy. You know, it really does wake you up. We love it. We've always enjoyed it. So if you like it, you're still going to be giving it a thumbs up in this case. Now, what comes in next is a smooth wave of energy in line with perhaps what we expected looking at the label. It definitely does the job. If 350 milligrams of caffeine doesn't do the job, it is time at looking at a reset your sort of adrenal gland time. It gave me enough to move through my training session at hand. It's not an over-the-top pre-workout. It's not intense energy. It's good energy. It's smooth, it's consistent, it's clean, it's non-jittery. It comes with no nausea or negatives. And I will say it coming towards the end of the training session and just after, there's also not a crash. It's a nice slow decline back to normality. Pumps. The key word I'd use for pumps if I ever was asked about this pre-workout again in the future is okay. Nothing special. The betaine anhydrous and obviously the citrulline here, they're the only real things that do anything towards pumps. We're still not convinced on the citrulline dosage. At best it's 4 grams, which is the lower end of what's daily acceptable. They were okay. They were truly okay. Focus, again.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
Okay. The L-tyrosine and the lion's mane, they gave me some level of keeping in the zone. I wasn't particularly distracted, nor was I obviously in any state of serious laser-like tunnel vision focus, kill your training session at hand. Okay. Now, if you ask me in a year's time, what did I think of this pre-workout, I'd remember 2 things. I'd remember that generally speaking, it's a subpar label with okay effects in the gym. However, I would also genuinely remember that its price point was very affordable, and therefore I actually think it's probably about worth that price point. It's around that area. You're not getting ripped off. It's just over £1 a serving, and ultimately it is doing the basics. If it was a meal, it would be a chicken and rice. That classic saying. Protein, carbs, done. It's not exciting, it's not fancy, it's not eating out at your favourite restaurant, but of course it also comes with a chicken and rice price tag. Very affordable. And you've got to ask yourself, what do I want from a pre-workout? Do I want the basics, a bit of pump, bit of energy, bit of focus? Because if that's the case, this one is ticking boxes, and it's only for people who want extremes in any areas that would go elsewhere. That's the honest truth behind it. I'd say it's a good starter point for this company. Be interesting to see what they can produce down the line in the future. That's my honest verdict. An okay pre-workout at a good price point. That's all that can be said. And of course, at this stage, we say it. As always, stay stimmed. Cheers for watching.